Do not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness with lawlessness? And what communion has light with darkness? And what accord has Christ with Belial? Or what part has a believer with an unbeliever? So this verse here, it provides a warning to us Christians about the relationships we form, especially with those who do not share our faith. The concept of being unequally yoked comes from farming, where two animals are joined together with a yoke to plow the field. If the animals are mismatched in size or strength, the yoke becomes a burden and the work suffers. So in the same way, when we form close relationships with non-believers, particularly in marriage, business partnerships, or other significant bonds, our spiritual lives may be compromised. Paul is urging us to align ourselves with people who share our faith with Christ so we can walk together. This passage, it's not a call to isolate ourselves from non-believers, but it cautions us about the influences they can have on our walk with God. The life of a Christian is one of light and righteousness and fellowship with Christ. By contrast, unbelief is described as darkness and lawlessness. When we engage in deep partnerships with those who live by opposing values, we risk spiritual conflict and even drifting away from our faith. So it's important to understand that Paul's message is about protection. He is encouraging us to carefully choose the people with whom we form the closest bonds with, particularly those that influence our hearts and decisions. Relationships that pull us away from God's righteousness can lead to compromise, weakening our faith and our commitment to Christ. Instead, we are called to walk in the light, partnering with others who share our faith and encourage our spiritual growth. Surrounding ourselves with fellow Christians, it forms a stronger and more steadfast walk with God. So by being unequally yoked, we guard our relationship with Christ, and we create an environment where we can grow in righteousness and fulfill God's purposes in our lives.